We begin by placing ground beef into a large kettle and turning on the heat, and then chopping it and stirring in order to break it up and get it browned thoroughly. Next, we lift the ground meat in a strainer and press down gently so as to remove all the fat. We place it into the jar, and then we top it with beef broth that we've canned previously. Next, we add a half teaspoon of canning salt, and then we wipe the rim and place the lid onto the jar. After I place the rings on and lids just hand tight, I place the jars into the canner. In just a moment, you'll notice that I didn't have quite enough meat to fill all the jars that will be needed to keep the canner full, so I have 2 blank jars. I fill the canner with water to 3/4 of the way up the height of these pint jars, and then I come back in and fill these empty jars so that they stay weighted down during the canning. There's no use to waste a lid on these guys. Next, I bring the canner to a simmer, and then I place the lid on and turn to lock it down. After it has come to a full rolling boil in the canner, I'll place the weighted gauge on at 15 pounds because I am over 1,000 feet in elevation. After it begins to rock steadily, I'll turn my timer on for 1 hour and 15 minutes because I'm doing pints and not quarts. At the end of the time, I turn the timer off and leave it set for 1 hour and 15 minutes, and then I remove the weighted gauge. I open the canner lid away from me so as I don't get a steam burn. After that, I use my jar lifter, which I'll show you now, to remove the jars. The green part of the jar lifter is the part that is meant for lifting the jars, and the black is the handle. I'll lift the jars from the canner and place them over onto the wooden board you see to the right until all the jars are out. And then I will check to make sure that the lids are tight, and I'll leave them to seal.